You want this again?
Go for it.
Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, and I'm the host of this podcast that's mine, going to be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Darkness from above.
Friggin' what up, dude? Welcome back to another ep of History is Dank. Dude, you got your host, Luke, Null, Strider Wilson. Here we got Aaron going beast mode on the sticks. What up, Aaron?
What up?
What up, Luke?
What up? How we living?
Chillin', dude. And we got an extra special guest in the studio right now. If you can read, you've seen her name in the title, so you know this isn't a surprise. Welcome to History is Dank. We got Meredith Casey. What's going on?
Hi, oh my God. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Stoked to have you. You are a hilarious stand-up comic.
Oh my God,
We've all met through this scene. We were just sharing off air before we started rolling how happy we are that we chose to be funny as a professional career, because we're all rich. That's what we don't realize.
It feels good to be so wealthy from doing comedy.
I own so many Teslas. I have so many of them.
Yeah, I have enough Teslas where I'm now comfortable destroying them in protest.
Yeah. I don't have to work in a coffee shop.
That's right.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
correct.
work at a coffee shop, and I don't have to work at all, actually.
That's right.
Let me ask you from this female perspective. When you see a guy in a Tesla Cybertruck, is that cool? Maybe it is.
How cool is it?
You know what?
Because we all know a guy in a lifted truck's cool.
I was thinking, I actually wrote a joke about this, because I think guys who buy Cybertrucks, I do think it's men. It's all guys.
It's got to be
women are not driving
100%
Cybertrucks.
dudes.
I work valet. I've never seen a woman driving one. I swear I've never seen
Women
a woman
don't.
driving
I think guys truly think that they are a pussy magnet, and it's the kind of magnet that pushes it away.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
when
is
you turn
It's the opposite pull.
So it is true.
It pushes it away from.
That's
It
hilarious.
is the goofiest looking thing. I remember when it first came out, I went, that's a joke.
Yeah.
Like, this is a joke, just to see, like, how dumb are we? And they're like, I'm like, no. This is really, like, they're like,
dude.
no, this is the final product.
I think it was modeled after. I think it was modeled after a stealth pilot, a stealth plane from the 90s. So I think it was modeled after that. But what's funny about that is, like, then we didn't have the ability to round out surfaces, so it's modeled after like a very poor, like a computer rendering. That isn't
it's
able
like
to round stuff out.
N64 graphics.
Yeah, so like it's supposed to be like the new car. But it's modeled after bad tech.
Yes. It's so blocky. It kind of reminds me of like something that would have been in like a RoboCop movie.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I mean? Like where it's like, this is someone's idea in the 90s or 80s of the future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Totally. That movie always bummed me out.
It's a bummer. It's post-apocalyptic a little bit.
What's the movie that first like stuck with you that bummed you out hard? I mean, Free Willy for me, dude. Which
Bummed
is
you
just
out?
way too emotional.
Oh,
Too much crying.
Free Willy, I was all aboard Free Willy.
I mean, a great movie, great soundtrack, but like Jesse, man, was just going through it.
He was a troubled youth.
Yeah.
But don't worry, he eventually frees Willy. And
He does free
that's
Willy.
You know,
good.
my dad didn't let me finish the movie.
Oh, so you
Like
only
when,
got the
my
sad
dad's
part.
like, my dad's like, turn it off.
You're crying too much.
Yeah,
Turn it off.
exactly.
He's like, you only get to see the sad setup.
Yeah.
No payoff.
Yeah, exactly. Made me
Oh my
watch My
God.
Girl, the part. Then he goes, put on My Girl, the end when he dies.
He needs his glasses.
Put that part on.
He needs his glasses.
Yeah.
Oh man, brutal. That My Girl is so sad.
My Girl's so sad. I feel like there were a lot of kids movies back in the day that were like emotional abuse, like to be like just making you cry. And I'm like, do they still make stuff for children that's like super emotionally manipulative like that?
Right. I don't think.
I feel like no.
I feel like no. I've seen a lot of kid movies with my son, and
How old is your son?
He's 8.
Okay, so yeah, you've run the gambit of all the different kid
Do you
media.
know what's interesting about him though is that both of his parents are comedians, and whenever we're around him, we accidentally would, when he was younger, would kind of tear apart kids movies. Like we'd be like,
You'd be
man,
roasting
like
it.
yeah, we'd be roasting it a little bit. And we recently saw was it Moana 2? Moana 2 in theaters. And I was like, hey, Eamon, did you like the movie? And he just goes, ugh, third act problems, huh?
No way.
I was like, yeah, actually, you're right.
Actually,
yeah.
Didn't wrap it up great. That's hilarious. He already has screenwriter brain.
Yeah, he really does.
That's amazing.
That's very funny.
That's awesome that he knows that.
Yeah, he's either he's just regurgitating what he hears us say to each other.
Yeah.
But he seems to know at least some connection of what that means.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's funny.
That's awesome. Okay, so Meredith, I want to hit you with a little segment up top.
Yeah.
This is something called hometown history. Okay, Luke, you can play along because you don't know the answers to these questions anyway.
Love that.
And Meredith probably has a leg up on you because she's from the state of New Jersey.
Oh, I don't really know.
The Garden State.
All right, good. I'm glad I excluded that question because I was going to give you guys a layup.
Okay, I would have had that.
I was going to give you a point.
Totally had
Just so you know, I've got 5 questions. No one's ever passed this quiz, so don't feel bad.
Okay.
This is to prove you're actually from Jersey.
Okay.
Where are you from in Jersey, by the way?
Central.
Okay.
Like Montgomery, right in between New Brunswick and Princeton.
Okay,
The
nice.
party zone, as they call it.
Yeah, suburbs, yeah. Huge parties in the suburbs.
Big party zone.
Did you ever go to the shore?
Yeah, all the time.
I used to go to the shore even though I grew up in SoCal, I used to, my buddies, my best friend growing up, his family's all from Jersey. They had a house in Seaside Heights,
Cool.
Point Pleasant.
Yeah.
I used to go there every summer. It
Yeah.
was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The shore is truly, it's awesome.
The Jersey Shore is the best.
We used to go to this place called Surf Club. It was an 18 and under nightclub.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Yeah, which is it's just a disaster of an idea. There's guys using reverse
been
fake
there.
IDs. Yikes.
Clearly that guy's 50.
Yeah, he's 57.
He's like, no.
Wait, that's so funny. So they would get an ID that said they were younger than they are?
Yeah,
Wow,
like if
why
you're like
aren't-
21, creeps.
Who's making those? Where are they getting these made? I'd love to see that office.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
place.
Dude, if you're a fake ID, like trying to be 21, I get it. Go buy beer. Like
Sure.
I kind of support that. I did it with buddies.
Did you have fakes?
Yeah, I did.
I never had a fake.
I had my older
You're
brother.
a good boy. You strike me as a good boy.
I really wasn't. I don't know. I wasn't that
Really?
good of a boy. But I was like, I just feel like by the time I was of beer buying, like college, I was mostly going to like house parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Or like the bars that I did go to, I were the ones where like my friend was bartending.
Nice.
And so the bars that I went to, I was like, I can get in. So my necessity to have a fake wasn't super strong. Yeah.
We had a friend's older brother, and we were in Orange County. We were all just iterations of the same, basically white dude. So we all looked like his older brother, and I remember we shamed him. We're like, dude, you don't go out. Give us your ID. And he was 21.
Little brothers shamed the big
shamed
brothers?
and the little brother's like a stud. He's like a pitcher, like all-American. Like, yeah, he's a stud. Got drafted by the Cardinals. What up, Aaron?
Wow.
And we went to a rave and bought all used the same ID to get like our drinking wristbands. It was awesome.
Wow.
Nocturnal, dude.
Wow.
Nocturnal. Was
Yeah,
it spelled
nocturnal.
untraditionally?
That's a great question.
Was it like knock with a K?
Yeah, yeah, dude.
It had an owl in
Yeah.
the like
Oh, yeah.
Hooters, like the Hooters. Huh?
They better. I'm always thinking about the graphics of the nightclub.
All right, I digress.
Oh yeah.
Let's hit you with this quiz here.
Okay.
All right, pulling it up here. These gradually get harder. We'll see. This one
Okay.
hopefully is a layup. We'll find out. This famous, and I invented this word, oceanic candy originated in Atlantic City.
Taffy. Saltwater
Oceanic is a
taffy.
word.
Bang. Is that?
I like
is that,
ocean. Yeah. Yes.
It is?
Yes. Right.
Okay.
Totally a word.
Okay, I probably just spelled
It's
it wrong.
maritime candy.
Maritime is what I should have said. Okay, saltwater taffy. That's a layup.
Yes.
Invented in
Really?
yeah, it says
Saltwater taffy.
invented in Jersey, which I think we can all agree sucks.
I like it.
Really?
But
I feel like I made a 180 as the older I got. Now I understand why this is like.
It's a lot of chewing. It is a lot of work.
That's what I mean.
Sorry.
It's work.
No. I remember as a kid being like, what is this abomination?
Mm-hmm.
Like as a kid, you want sweet and only sweet. But as an adult, I'm like, I can get down on a little salty sweet action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a gift I get someone that I don't know that well.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got you this.
I remember walking around downtown Sacramento and being like, look, I understand that they're this like old town Sac. And I'm like, this is one street that has 19 different saltwater taffy places. I'm like,
Exactly.
It's too
dude.
much.
Yes.
It's too much.
Wow.
Because there's like certain tourist trap towns where it's like they'll have the olive oil and balsamic shop.
Right.
Yes.
They'll have the like, the tchotchkes and things.
Yeah,
The saltwater
ornaments.
taffy shop is a different brand of that.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, and they always make the box really pretty. Like that's how they really get me sometimes. Is like, oh, it's a beautiful ocean. Yeah.
It looks cool. Yeah, it's like a picture of a beach on there. Then you open it up from the middle. Yeah.
They're like, it's prune flavored.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
dude.
the flavors are weird. Banana.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's always pistachio. Or like, get this away from me.
It is an old lady candy.
For sure. You have to be sad to enjoy it, I think. Meredith, are you sad? Is that
Yes, desperately.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we opened by saying we're professional comedians.
This goes without saying, just so the listeners know. We're all bummed.
Deeply sad.
I wonder if like there's a connection between when you get older and like your taste buds changing as you get older, but also wanting stuff that like is work. I don't know. Like
the taste bud thing is objectively true.
That's true.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Your tongue just
That's why
starts
you start liking sauerkraut more.
correct.
Yeah.
You like bitterness.
And that's why you eat a lot of ass now.
That's why I
You're getting
only eat
older
ass
and
because I know that it's going to taste like that pickled cabbage kind of flavor that I like. That's something that I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a pro ass eating podcast.
Yeah, we're
We're
very
into
pro.
whatever you enjoy.
That's right.
Yeah.
As long as the other person is a consenting adult that doesn't die at the end of it, unless that's part of the deal.
Yes, that's true.
If they're like, you can, this act is, I die at the end. And they're like, I'll sign on the dotted line. Someone did do that in Germany. There was this weird, I don't know why I know about this.
This is what we're talking about. This is the knowledge that we like spreading here.
Okay.
Yeah,
like
this is the tangential stuff.
Yes.
There was this weird court case of like a sexual cannibal, and this woman basically being like, she signed like a contract being like, I'm legally giving you my consent to like eat me while I'm still alive. And the guy fucking ate her and
This is the
killed her.
Army Hammer type shit?
Kind of Army Hammer type shit. And of course, and then they're like, it was this whole legal thing where they're like, she wanted to do it. Like, what? I don't know. Like, what do we do here? Is this? And I think they still like nabbed the guy, but it was like, I believe it was like a German.
Of course, it would be a German.
It feels
I had
very
to
German.
choose who would do that? It would be a German.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty wild.
Holy shit. Holy scheisse.
Really sexy. But if I was gonna if you were gonna take one bite off of the human form, what would be the cut? Would you go the butt cheek? Would you go back of the calf?
I'm a flank steak guy, so I think I would go. It's easy to, it would be easy to make, light marinade. Yeah, that'd probably
Butt
be
calf?
Yeah, I think that's the flank,
yeah.
isn't it, for a flank steak?
Where's
a
the
flank
muscly?
steak? What is the part of the flank steak?
Well, you don't want all muscle though, because you want the fat is the flav.
The fat is the flav.
I think ribs would be a good one.
Yeah.
If I had to eat a
Classic.
human,
Pretty
I think
normal.
ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would do a cheek.
Yeah.
Maybe butt cheek.
A butt cheek could be, but maybe that's like all fat. It's like all
Yeah.
gristle.
Right.
I don't know.
It's an abdominal muscle's a flank steak. So I'm a big weird abdominal muscle.
So
I
you
didn't realize that.
would eat a 6-pack. You'd eat.
Fuck yeah.
You'd
I
take
love
one.
Jack Bros, dude. Yeah, that'd be legit.
Give me one bite.
Give me that shit.
I do wonder what we taste like.
They
Probably
say pork.
bad.
Really? Oh.
They say pork and humans are like.
very similar.
Yeah.
Is that why they can put pig parts in?
I think so.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, well, it would
Pigs
suck.
are smart.
Pigs are smart.
And octopus are very smart too.
I know. I don't like it. Do you eat meat, or what's your?
I love meat and I
Yeah.
love
Me too.
octopus, but I'm gonna try to stop eating octopus because I've seen a couple.
Because they can do art.
That-
And they pass the mirror test. They
Yeah,
can recognize
dude.
themselves. They go, oh,
Are you serious?
yeah, that's a animal
And they
test.
have 8 heart, and I've heard that it's bad to eat octopus because it's like spiritually it's bad. Like it's like you're eating something that like really, really knows what's happening when it's about to die and really feels it.
Yeah.
Which is, it's funny that we're like cool with it being like, they're so dumb and they
Yeah.
don't even fucking know that we're going to kill them and eat
Cows,
them.
they're
I
such
know.
idiots.
So fucking
you could walk up
stupid.
to a cow with
Yeah.
a gun and like I had no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
And I
how
don't feel-
which is how I prefer to eat meat. Is I walk up. I like to kill my own cow.
Yes.
I like to execute my own cow gangland style.
Yeah. Sideways.
Do
gun.
sideways.
Yeah.
But it's like a Kobe beef like thing where like we massage the cow
Right.
and this is a really like luxurious thing like farm to table. You will execute the cow yourself.
Yeah.
And then We will take one steak's worth and throw the rest in the trash.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you want your cow to die? Do you want him to see it coming, or do you want him to have no idea?
Exactly.
Do you want him to be hunted?
I would like to be. It'd be sport. Hey, Jersey's big on cows. Jersey's got a big cow dairy industry.
Oh, circling back to the next question.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Look,
this is how the segments
that
go.
was
This is what we
flawless,
do.
by the way.
Where we
That was
bring
really
up
good.
cannibalism. Like that was question 105. Yeah.
Nothing's off limits here. Nothing's off limits. Okay. The New York Giants and New York Jets actually play in New Jersey in this sports complex.
Oh my goodness. Everyone's going to kill
Feel like
me.
Luke
I don't
knows
know
this.
what this is. They play in oh wait.
It's
Would
named out. Yeah, maybe give it.
Would there be partial credit for knowing the name of the city or town that it is based in?
Huge. That's huge.
I know the name of the town and
The stadium is in is it in Camden? No.
It's called like the. You don't even know the town. It just has like a name of like.
I'll give it.
And it's not like a brand. It's
Is
like
it the name of a cell phone company?
It's kind of like the name of like a ecosystem, kind of like a microclimate, I guess, or like a.
I guess I thought it was an insurance company.
Okay, it isn't. Yeah, that is true.
Insurance company?
That is true.
All of them.
Blue
are.
Cross Blue Shield
Not
Stadium?
a bad stab. Not a bad stab, and they almost certainly have a stadium
And
called that.
Better Health?
I think New Jersey has the most like medical companies or pharmaceutical companies of
Oh.
any state in the union. I saw
Okay,
that.
I would believe that.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, what is the answer?
Are you tapping in? I think.
Go ahead, Luke.
Call
What do
me.
you got?
What do you
I
got?
could be wrong. Is it MetLife?
Yeah, it is MetLife.
In
but
East Rutherford, New Jersey?
that's correct. Also, but known as the Meadowlands.
The Meadowlands.
Yeah, where Bruce Springsteen's
Meadowlands.
from.
Meadowlands. I always think it's a little goofy to have the New York Jets and the New York Giants be in New Jersey.
Yeah,
I'm
why
like,
do
I
I-
would feel bad if I'm a New Jersey person. I'm like, what the fuck?
Why do
I
they
know.
do that?
Like they do New Jersey Devils. They
Bigger
had the,
market, bigger
Bigger
New Jersey Nets.
corporate boxes.
Purely
Oh.
space.
Yeah.
Purely for
yeah. There's
space.
nothing downtown. Yeah, in New York, but it's funny because it's
The Bills are the only team that play in New York.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, New Jersey, and I
Weird.
love this. We all love as comedians probably a good diner.
Love
Nothing
it.
better. You finish a set, you hang out, maybe you go out with some friends, diner, whatever
I
it is.
love a diner.
Or you bomb hard and then you just stare. You
Yes.
stare at a plate of hash browns and just contemplate maybe ending it all.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you get a waitress that comes up and she's like, "Warm you up, hon?"
Yeah.
And you're like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take another."
Please.
Yeah.
How many? New Jersey is the diner capital of the country.
Mm.
Rough estimation here, but how many diners are in the state of New Jersey? Do you think?
Give me a range that's acceptable.
It's
like
less than 1,000,
It's
and
less
it's
than
more,
1,000?
and it's more than 100.
Okay.
Okay, sick.
Okay. I'm gonna say, 500.
Not a bad guess.
I'm pushing closer to the 1,000 mark. I'm going with like 920.
600.
I was gonna say 6, and then I was like, let me go 5.
That's a
600.
lot of diners. That's
If
a
you
lot
think
of
about it,
diners.
that's a shit ton of diners. Like, think about how many are in all of LA, and then, I mean, there's like a handful, maybe 10, 20.
You have
I don't know.
Lancers right down the street. It's a great
Yeah,
diner.
oh yeah, I never go there. I
It's
want
a
to go to the
great
place.
diner.
I like that they have cocktails. I want to go there just in the middle of the day,
Yes.
degenerate style, and just.
They have a great bar, and
Ooh,
they
I
have
like
good,
Bar
that.
opens at
They have
6
good
a.m.
liver.
But now that's good. That's like the bartender
6 a.m.
kind of bar where it's
Yeah.
like, you know.
What's the item to get there? Is it like pastrami?
liver. Get the liver.
Oh, I
Wait,
love
you
liver.
get the liver?
I love liver.
Gotta get the liver.
No way. I'm not eating
Yeah,
that.
I'm
Love
anemic,
liver.
so I get the liver. I have my period spots.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, like
Yeah.
like a phase of smart.
Yeah.
to eat that
Now, when we talk about a diner,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure, because like, you know, we've all caught a Guy Fieri diners, drive-ins, and dives.
way. Oh yeah, I love them.
What is it, like what classifies it as a diner? Like what's the requirements for it to be a diner in your mind?
Well, you need kind of a waitress again that smokes,
Yes.
and she
yeah.
is a little crabby, but also could be your mom.
Love that.
Yep.
You need that.
I want to have a exposed kitchen that I can like see back to the kitchen
Yes.
area.
You want to
And I
see a
want a
guy named
counter.
Frank.
A bar, yeah, counter bar.
A counter where you sit low, not high.
Yeah, definitely
Sit
low.
low. Booths.
Round seats at the bar, squishy.
Correct. Yeah, squish whatever that weird plastic that booths in the other area, and then I think where like you can order pretty much where they can whip you up anything.
Anything.
Like
Short
breakfast
order.
all day. Yeah, short order.
Seafood if you want it.
Yeah, which would
Ooh.
be a not
See,
advised.
that doesn't
Not
pop to
advised.
me in a diner scenario. I'm
Yeah.
thinking like Yeah,
Eggs Florentine maybe would be the riskiest thing.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah.
And like you have to explain what Florentine means.
Yeah, no,
to Frank,
put the salmon in the eggs.
Yeah,
who you can see his sweat beads dripping onto the flat top grill.
Yes.
That's good. Yeah.
Also, you need
you can hear the sizzle.
Fake wood paneling.
Yes.
Ooh, a jukebox I feel like would be a nice ad. We don't need it, but it adds a lot.
I think it has to be on
celebrities
every
whove been there.
Yes, on the wall.
That's huge.
Yep, that's big.
Huge.
NoHo Diner. Have you been to NoHo Diner?
I've never been to NoHo Diner.
It's really great.
There are certain places that call themselves a diner, and then you walk in and you're like,
this ain't a diner.
You missed the mark. This is a brunch joint.
Malts or milkshakes? Both.
I mean...
And where they give you the milkshake, but also this tin thing next to it with the extra.
Thing.
Give me the extra secondary thing.
Harbor House Cafe was the diner I always went to growing up, and they would do that the best.
And an egg cream.
Gotta have it.
Have you ever had an egg cream?
No, what's that?
No, but I know what it is.
Yeah, it's like egg yolk and chocolate or egg whites and whatever flavor you want. It's kind of more of a New York diner thing. Yeah. Like Eisenberg's in New York.
And there's definitely like the regional diner twist. I remember growing up out, in the burbs in Cincinnati, me and my friends in high school, we shot this very silly, stupid video at night one time, and it ended with me being them like pouring like a end of carry like bucket of blood on me. And so I was like, it would be funny if we go to Waffle House right now with me fully covered in blood.
Would anybody say anything?
And what will the woman say? Because it's some
Did
woman.
she say nothing?
She didn't say shit. She's pouring us coffee, and by the end of the meal, we're like ready to pay. And I go, "Hey, you didn't even mention anything." And she was like, "Darling, that ain't even the weirdest thing I've seen this week." She didn't give a fuck.
That's the best indicator. A diner is a place where you can eat while bleeding, and no one asks questions.
Yeah, you could be
fully open wound, and it's like let me get a club stand up.
And that is very East Coast, I think, where it's like people will not ask questions because they're like, it's none of my business. There was actually a funny thing that happened to my brother-in-law where he was in New York. He was moving out of his apartment in New York, and he moved to Philly. And when he went to Philly, he like had a trash can that he had to take around with him, but he needed something from a store, so he brought a trash can in with a shovel, and he ordered something. And the guy working there in Philly was like, "What are you doing with that? Like, what's your plan? Like, what are you gonna do?" And he had to tell him everything. But if he did that in New York, nobody would say.
They wouldn't even blink.
They wouldn't even. They'd be like, "Yeah, it's just somebody who's nuts."
Yeah. Just a nuts guy.
It's a nuts guy.
It's a volume thing. It's like, yep, that's what's happening today.
Yep.
I love that.
And I think it also depends on how time of night or day, by whether or not they'll ask you. Because this was like middle of the night at a Waffle House that's open 24 hours. And the woman was just like, "No, we don't give a fuck."
Yeah.
Like, we don't care.
Yeah.
Kids covered in blood.
Yeah.
I was at a Denny's at 3 a.m. once, and I saw a fight break out, and someone grabbed a butcher knife from behind the counter.
Whoa!
And the lady night manager disarmed this dude like it was a thing she does every day. She just calmly walked up and took it out of his hand. It was like,
wow.
Yeah, they're not getting paid enough. And night manager, diner, like they need to get paid more. In Hollywood and these other areas, I hope they have stock in Denny's or something.
Also, how you about to have like a big ass butcher knife in reachable distance of
the
drunk people?
Also a good call. Got to get that out of the view. Okay, I'm gonna do one more question, then we'll move on to some other stuff. But this one's tailored. Here's your hint.
Okay.
This question's tailor made for both of you. This is your hint. Okay. Here we go. At his laboratory in Menlo Park, Edison built his first high-resistance incandescent electric light. Edison was born in what state? So he did his work out of Jersey, but what state was Edison born in on February 11th, 1847?
What state was he born in?
Mm-hmm. And I gave you a hint. Think about the hint that I gave you. He
looped me into the hint, which would suggest to me that there's a chance that it's from the state that I'm from.
Okay.
Which is Ohio.
Okay.
What do you think? Final answer?
I agree with that.
I'll
back him.
Yeah!
Bing, bing, bing. Correct. I love it. Let's go. All right. Let's keep it moving on. Luke, you got anything for us? What's going down?
I had something I thought of, which is being a mom.
Okay.
You have one kid.
Yeah.
I don't know if you grew up with siblings or if you're a single child.
I'm one of 5 in the middle.
See, I also grew up with siblings.
Are you in the middle?
I'm older. Okay. I'm the older brother of just 2. But I was going to ask, was there ever a point in your childhood where you either got framed for some shit or you did a hard frame job on some, and it could be friends too. Like it doesn't have to be siblings, but did you ever put a frame job on somebody as a kid?
This is good. This is good. Okay, I can start while you guys think. I can start. This is a great one.
Where do you fall in the sibling?
I'm 4 of 5.
Oh, wow.
4 of 5.
Okay.
So my mom and dad went out for dinner. I don't know what our other siblings were doing. They might have been at like other sleepovers, but it was me and my oldest brother. And this was when DirecTV came out.
Age differential?
Age differential's like 7 years. 7 years.
Okay. So can beat you up forever and always.
I can get my ass beat easily. 7 years. He's probably at this point. He's probably in high school, and then I'm like, pretty much like I don't know what that is. He's like freshman, sophomore in high school. I'm 7 years younger, and mom and dad are out of town or like are out at dinner. We have DirecTV for the first time, Playboy channel.
Oh yeah,
sick.
He's
oh,
like,
yeah.
he's
Good
like,
get.
dude, should we rent a Playboy channel movie? Now, mind you, mom and dad get that bill, but we're dumb idiots. We don't know.
You don't
We
know.
don't know that they're going to look at the bill and actually review it.
Yeah.
We rent the Playboy thing. It's pretty tasteful. You know, it's Playboy. It's fine, whatever. Like, I remember there was like an underwater boning scene. It's pretty cool.
The
Wow.
grotto.
Yeah. And like, I remember they were interviewing the Playboy model after, and they're like, and the guy was like, "How did my dong feel underwater?" And she was like, "Different." My brother and I still quote that today. We're like, "It feels different."
It feels different
So
because your body's getting stuffed with chlorine water.
Yes. It bonded us. It was nice. But then, and I was young enough, and I felt guilty watching this. And my mom was tucking us in. Actually, no, they didn't even review the bill because this is the whole part of the story.
You had gotten away with it.
We would have totally gotten away scot-free. And my mom just goes casually, "What would you guys do last night?" Went to the movie. What movie? A movie.
She knew.
What movie? A water. There was a booby movie. I still like boobies. And my mom's like, "Oh, interesting. Okay." Goes to my brother AK. Boom. He's whatever. And then he's like, "Fuck, dude, I can't trust you,
little
bro."
shit.
Yeah.
So he probably got in more trouble.
How old were you?
I don't. He must have been a sophomore in high school, and then I was
15.
like 5th grade, 7th grade.
Oh, really?
Like right when I was like discovering, like, oh yeah, like
Interesting.
Yeah.
I miss when porn was like that.
Where you had to earn it.
Well, yeah, you had to kind
Yeah.
of like be scrappy about it.
Oh yeah.
But I also miss when porn was like felt more consensual when you watched it.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
it felt like they both were enjoying it. Like it felt like actual
Sure.
passionate sex. Like maybe
Yes.
an echo of the 70s or something, but like
Yeah.
it just felt different.
It
It felt different.
felt different.
It felt different. That's hilarious. Dude, now I just learned this the other day. I was talking with Chad and JT. Do you know what a big trend is now?
In porn?
Yeah.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
We're past head in the dryer.
No, that's what it is, I
That's
think.
where I'm stuck.
That's what I think it is.
Yeah.
Being
Which
stuck.
is-
I'm like, what is this?
Being
which
stuck.
is
I don't like that messaging. Dude.
not good.
It's bad messaging.
It is like consent iffiness.
Big
where it's
iffiness.
Like, where it's like she's stuck, so she can't run away.
Her head's stuck in the dryer.
Yeah.
First of all,
no.
that doesn't happen.
How?
Yeah, physically, that's like no.
Is her hair stuck? That's not how it works.
And also, you're gonna fuck her while she's stuck.
Yeah, bro. It's just all.
I
wrong.
don't
It's
know.
all
It's
wrong.
I don't
really
love it.
odd.
A guy yelled that out at a show one time when I asked like what porn they watched, and he yelled, "I'm stuck," and I went, "Oh, let's unpack it.
Yeah.
What do we like about that?"
Yeah.
That's
But
really
I'm with you about needing to earn it.
needing to earn it.
There was a kid up the street from me named Corey Woodrum, and I'm blasting real first name, real last name.
Wow.
He had a
What's up,
stump.
Corey?
He had a stump behind his house, and he ran a business where you would put a $5 bill in the stump, and he would put a ripped out page of his dad's nudie mags
I love that.
in the stump.
Interesting.
And then eventually it evolved into like Gatorade bottle of booze, or like he would like steal
That's awesome.
his dad's liquor or whatever.
Wow.
But it was a delicate ecosystem.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
But-
Trust. A lot of trust going on.
And it only took one person to honey pot, either like someone putting a $5 bill, watching him put porn in it, and then someone who didn't pay for it. There was a betrayal.
Oh, then that started to happen, of course.
Son of a bitch.
Put the kibosh on it pretty quick.
Yeah.
But I bought a page of porn, and I remember waiting till I got home and he would give you the porn, which I thought was pretty slick, in a jewel case of a CD.
Oh.
That could you could pop the case.
Like Jewel the artist?
Not it could have been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jewel would be good.
Yeah. Now that would have been good, but my mom
it's just
it's just Jewel. It's just Alaskan singer-songwriter Jewel. These hands are small and but like you could pop out a CD case and like basically fold up a piece of paper within it and not know that there was something in there, right?
Amazing.
And so I unfold this thing, and it is like a 9 months pregnant woman on a boulder in the 80s. I thought
not what I ordered, dude.
Not what I ordered, and I remember being like, "Whoa, full nude, full bush," to the point where I went, "Oh, she's wearing underwear," and I went, "Oh no, that's all her. That is full bush." And she was standing on a boulder, and she had like a pump shotgun.
That's cool.
Wow.
And I remember being
I'm back on board.
And I remember being like, I was probably like 12 or 13, and I went, I'm gonna jack off to this.
Of course.
But I don't love that this is now my thing. Like, my dad's gonna find this and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, that's pretty cool. He's like, dude, my son likes he likes reproduction, and he likes women with high-powered
That's
weaponry.
healthy.
That's right.
This is good. I would be proud of my son.
I like that your friend had
he
full
wasn't my friend.
artistic or whatever, some kid.
His dealer.
He had full artistic control, creative control over what he chose for people. I think that's really interesting to be like, Luke.
He curated
what do
this
I,
for
he
you.
curated. What do I think? Yeah. How am I gonna have a deep effect on Luke's sexual attraction for the rest of his life?
Yeah, what fetish am I infecting with him? It was weird too, because I remember being like, I thought like other kids in my neighborhood had used the service, and I went, he probably gave me one because he'd ripped out too many from like the stack. You know what I mean? I'm just like, he probably gave me a like bottom of the barrel one where he's like, my dad won't like check that I'm ripping all the pages out of all these.
Yeah, cut to his dad like,
No, where is it? What did you do with it?
I really love the idea. So old school. Porn in the woods is such an old school thing, and the dad that had the porn magazines, like that is such a time capsule of like the 80s.
Right.
And porn in like it's talked about a lot, but like why did porn wind up in the woods?
Shame.
Yeah.
It's all shame based of like, where can you go where no one's looking or watching? And
there's a lot of men at that time jerking off in the woods.
I think so, and I think we're still doing that.
Yeah.
A lot of those weird manosphere guys are like, let's all meet up in the woods and like rub our nut sacks together.
Let's go mastermind business ideas, and then at the end,
jerk off.
Touch mushroom tips.
I think it also could be like like a single guy has a lot of porn around, and he's like, I gotta ditch this. I finally have a girlfriend.
Right.
And then he goes into the woods and he ditches it like a dead body in the woods.
Like Jumanji.
Yeah, and then kids happen upon it like a Jumanji board game. And they're stuck in the porn.
Until someone else jacks off to this.
That would actually
someone else has to, and then this is the movie.
That's kind of good. Third act problems.
All right, what about framing? What do you got? I want to hear what you guys got. This was pretty good. This guy.
I had a pretty gnarly one. It wasn't my brother that I framed. This was we were probably like 14, 15, starting to experiment with drinking. And so my parents had a bar in our basement.
Oh yeah.
And me and my friend Woody were drinking booze and, just taking rips at tequila, right? Legends. We go to sleep. I wake up in the morning. I turn on the light. Woody is wrapped up in every blanket in the house. I'm like, what's up with that?
He's cocooning.
He's cocooned fully. He's in a metamorphosis state. He's in like a metapod. What is it? He's not a larva anymore. He's about to be a butterfly. Yeah. He is fully wrapped up. And I'm like, okay. And I see vomit footprints. And I go, oh, fuck. And I trace them back to our downstairs bathroom.
Oh, no.
I flip on the light.
Oh, no.
I really can't do the demolition that he did in there justice. So, first of all, every inch of the floor is covered in water, piss, and brown pudding-like vomit. There are handprints on the mirror, handprints on the bowl of the toilet. Clearly he vomited on the way to the toilet and then tried to clean it up and put paper towels in the toilet, overflowed the toilet.
Oh my God.
It's splashed all up against the washer and dryer.
How old are you guys?
Like 14, 15. And I just remember being like, my parents are upstairs. I grew up in a ranch style 1-story house. You know, I'm like, I'm fucked.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm so fucked. There's full demolition. There's no way I'll be able to. This is vomit footprints on carpet too. So like ruined carpet on the way into a destroyed bathroom. And Woody comes in and he takes some of the blankets down, and he had shaggy hair. It's dripping. His hair's dripping wet. And he goes, "What did you do?"
No.
I went, "What did you do?"
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck?
This is you. And then he goes, he starts to feel bad, and he goes, "Look, you're right, man. This was me. This is fucked up." And
he tried to gaslight you.
Yeah, he tried to gaslight me.
Truly convince you that you did this.
He was like, "What did you
He's
do?"
an animal.
And then he had also fully pissed himself. Because he walks me through the stage of events of like, I vomited on the way. I tried to, then I got to the toilet, started vomiting. Then I fell asleep, pissed myself. Like, so
dude,
he gets to the point where I'm like, you fucking ruined my life, dude. Like my parents are never going to let me have anyone over ever again. He goes, he looks at me like with the look of a kid who has had a stepdad for too long and is already on strike 2 of 3. He goes, "Pay me $40 and I'll say it was all me."
Oh.
And wait, but it was all him.
It was all him, but we were drinking together.
Right.
He says, "Pay me $40 and I'll say that I drank alone." And
oh, damn.
And I went, "No problem. $40 paid cash." There we go,
bro.
My dad, of course, we try to clean it up. My dad comes downstairs and goes, "What in the absolute fuck?" Like, and then we rattle off the lie that Woody drank alone. And
hilarious.
They call Woody's parents and stepdad Jeff over. They're talking it over upstairs. My mom and dad take me into the kitchen. They're like, "Did you drink with Woody? Were you and Woody drinking together?" And I went, "Absolutely not. Absolutely not." It's like Woody needs help. Dude,
the stakes are so much higher now for Woody, bro.
Oh, my mom goes, "You know that if you drank together, that would be bad. But the fact that if he drank alone, that's much, much worse. That he's coming over to our house, stealing our liquor while you're asleep and doing." She's like, "You understand why that's way, way more serious?" And I go, "Woody needs help." Yeah.
This was the transaction.
I already spent the 40, and I'm like, "It sucks." Woody's rough, and my grandma.
You're enjoying a big gulp you buy. Like, Woody's got to,
Yeah.
Woody's
like
troubled.
Brand new jacket.
Exactly, dude.
And then she goes, "You swear on your grandpa, my dead grandpa." She's like, "You swear on your grandpa."
Oh, damn.
And I went, "Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Absolutely. Woody really needs help."
Your grandpa was a businessman. He wants you to stick to those guns.
That's right. I'm like, look, he would understand. I can't take this hit because I have other friends that want to come over and drink soon.
Correct.
Woody took the full rap, and then that pretty much was strike 2 of 3. He eventually got black bagged in the middle of the night by they like took him to one of those like wilderness camps.
Oh shit.
They black bagged him in the middle of the night.
Oh
and
my God.
Did
he really need that though? Did he do other fucked up shit?
He did. He was the friend in my friend group. Like this was like one of several things he did back to back at every friend of mine's house. He was the scapegoat though in other kids' houses. And similar.
I feel bad for Woody.
Served a purpose.
Is Woody still alive?
Woody's still alive. He's a father now. Shout out to Woody. What up, dude? Keeping it real. Took a hit. We also, I remember one time went on very quickly. Went on a RV trip with Woody and his mom and his stepdad Jeff, and his stepdad Jeff went, "I'm gonna give you guys $20. You guys should go get food at a diner or something." And we didn't even get 30 steps away from the RV before that thing was fucking.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And I went, "Woody, your mom and Jeff." He's like, "Shut up, dude. Shut up, dude. Shut up, dude."
Wow.
Yeah. Woody, good dude though. Took the hit for me in a big way, and it wasn't until I was an adult that I eventually told my parents, like, "Yeah, I lied," and they were like, "Of course."
Yeah, of course.
They knew it right away.
They were like, "Yes, but we accepted it."
He got black bagged as gold. Dude.
He got black bagged hard.
Wow.
And drug off to like Maine, like the deep woods.
Yeah, it's always
Maine.
dude. He's in altitude.
Wow.
All right, Meredith, what do you got?
Well, okay.
You don't have to have
Wait,
one.
no, I have one.
Who have you black bagged?
This is really short.
Black bag. I got Woody Blackbag bad.
I was like in high school and starting to like have sex and whatever.
Starting to try stuff out.
Try stuff out.
Sick.
And yeah, I was like shaved my entire pussy.
Oh yeah.
In the bathtub.
Oh yeah.
The whole thing. I mean, bush, like the whole thing off in the bathtub. Yeah. And I forgot to like clean it up at all. Away.
Of course. This is just kids like, I'm done.
So it was just
so an animal had been skinned in here and you're like,
yeah.
So my mom came in later and she goes, I was in the bathroom and it looked like somebody shaved their beard in there. And I was like,
in a way.
And I go,
their beard.
I go, yeah. She goes, do you know what about that? I go, no, I bet somebody shaved their beard in there. I bet somebody did. And she goes, who do you think shaved their beard in there? I was like, I don't know. Maybe one of Sarah's friends. I blamed on my older sister who like had like a lot of hippie friends, and I was like, maybe one of Sarah's friends went into our tub and shaved his beard.
You could not own up to it.
And I couldn't.
Like they're hippies. They don't bathe.
Most obviously pubic hair.
Yeah. Like who has a beard that's like
thick and wiry.
Yeah. And that's the one that comes to mind.
Hilarious.
To this day, like, did you ever come clean about it?
I will never. To my mom, never.
Was there plumbing issues after this? Was the tub fucked? Did the next person to use it was like, damn it?
I'm not sure, but it certainly didn't go down.
Your mom
right away.
Yeah.
I remember washing it away and it didn't go down the drain, so I had to like pick it up and throw it out.
Yep. Oh yeah, disaster. Was your mom like trying to suss out like, hey, did we have a talk?
Sex? Yeah, I think she was trying to figure out if having sex. But I'm also one of 5, and she was a single mother, so she was
doing her best.
She was like, whatever, dude. Like,
just be safe, chill. Don't be
Be fucking chill, please.
Yeah.
Just freaking be chill.
Last time we recorded, I told the story about when my dad walked in on me shaving my pubes dry.
Yeah, this is a theme on this.
And my dad said, he was like, do girls your age do that? And I said, yeah. And I told him, my dad told me, he was like, when I was your age, I wanted my girl to stall a bush hog.
A bush hog.
A bush hog.
Okay, I love that. I really like that. And I think we're going back to bush hogs.
I think we are on the track of back to bush hogs.
I will call myself a bush hog. I would love to. I'm going to keep doing the bush hog.
Yeah,
keep it natch.
Yeah, come on.
Keep it natch.
What is this?
There for a reason.
Yeah, why do we want women
why
in
do we
their
want
30s
baby
who
smooth?
are baby smooth?
That's exactly.
Don't care.
No.
I think there's something weird about that. A little like, why I don't need a woman to look like a dolphin.
Yeah, no. I don't need that. Yeah.
And like at the same time, I extend the same courtesy of like, but I am manicuring. I'm not letting it go full insane mode. But
nothing's unruly here.
You tame
reason. Where people have reason. This brings me to our next little segment here, which is a little bit quick dose of history.
Yes.
And I want to get back to having fun.
Yes.
Guys, we have homework to do here.
Yes, that's right.
Let's take it back to we were talking about stories from high school and our youth. Do you remember ever studying, and this was just popped into my brain for no real reason, where I was like, dude, Luke's a musician, you're a stand-up comedian, we're writing all the time, right? And I was like, early forms of writing, poems. Have you guys ever tried writing a poem?
Yeah.
I remember I wrote a poem and like emailed it to my buddy JT in college, and I was like, please delete that. He's like, dude, it was fun, like being nice. And then I was like, who are the poets that we like? And what popped into my mind were the Transcendentalists. Do you guys remember this? And I go, I don't even really know. Like, I know that term, but in my mind, I'm curious. I'm like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
Like, if someone says that to me, I don't really know.
Me neither.
Where does your brain? My brain thinks of one name. What brain? What name
of a transcendental poet?
Yeah. Well, who do you think of when I say that?
I think of like Alan Watts or like.
Okay,
I think of like Jack Frost.
Okay, I don't think he was a transcendentalist.
Or Robert Frost.
Robert Frost was good. He was writing about nature and stuff, the road less traveled. Okay, Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Yes.
Okay, that's a big one. A lot of the stuff that they did was like in upstate New York, the writing. Henry David Thoreau.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Margaret Fuller, a lot of the first like, feminist and women rights activists came out of the Transcendentalist movement, which was...
I'm about to say I need more because I'm dumb. I don't know.
So neither did I. I didn't know the shit.
But I know the word.
It. So basically, it was like about rejecting. It started with like basically religious.
Okay.
They were like, in the poet is one medium that it took place on. There's like political transcendentalists. There was like people who just wrote articles and papers. But these are the poets and authors. That's basically the most, I guess, fun or tangible and accessible way to
get into it.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. They had something called like Unitarianism, which is like goes against like basically what the church was teaching at the time, where it's like Father, Son, Holy Spirit. They kind of go against that. They want basically progress. They don't want like fire and brimstone stuff. They ask questions about, okay, how do you experience God? How do you experience the most full life? And a lot of it is like
a little more hippy-dippy.
Honestly, we've kind of tapped into a little bit here, going in the woods and jacking off.
Yeah.
Basically, Henry David Thoreau goes into the woods, definitely jacked off.
Absolutely empties out.
But he also wrote, which a lot of the other guys weren't doing.
Yeah, writing in the woods.
That's exactly what this is. Like literally my whole take on Transcendentalism is post-nut clarity.
You go post-nut clarity in the woods. You write about a robin.
That's what he writes. He writes this classic Walden is what he calls it, his time in, like, that's the area that he went, Walden, in this 10 by 15 foot cabin where he was definitely cranking hog.
Oh yeah.
And there was a 62-acre pond. He lived like,
that's a big old pond.
He was like,
I'd call that a lake.
That's a lake. Oh yeah, he could have been jet skiing, kneeboarding, doing sick things. And basically he just talks about his time there and has some fire quotes. So that's just basically your quick, heavy dose. I just want to talk about the quotes here and just think about them. And not all of these are from Thoreau. I'll lead with a Thoreau. Some are from Emerson.
And some of these are pre-nut.
Some of these might be. We don't know exactly when.
Yeah.
We don't know how the amount in his sack at the moment of writing.
So this is from, let's start with one from Thoreau. A man is rich in proportion to the number of things he can afford to let alone. So it's all about,
the freedom of letting shit go.
They were going back on, like, this was in the 1850s. So this is like kind of leading up to this this barren era of like the Rockefellers and like all the stuff of like where like children were being exploited for work.
Oh yeah.
People were like seeking instant gratification at that time, which would be so slow to us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they're reading dumb books or like whatever the common print thing is. They're like going against all of that. Here's one. Rather than love, than money, than fame, give me truth.
Ooh.
Pretty sick.
Actually, sometimes give me the all of those other things.
Sometimes give me love and lie to me. Tell me you love me.
Yeah, how about you lie a little bit and give me that money and that fame?
I'm not saying, maybe go back to that cabin, bro. Maybe let it cook a little bit longer.
Yeah, that was definitely post-nut.
This is good. I just like that he uses this word. A foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of little minds. So I guess that just says like that's kind of that phrase of like, if you keep doing repeating the same thing, you're bound for like you have to mix it up. You got to mix it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Insanity's doing the same thing.
I love Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin
is so good.
Yeah. He maybe invented the word hobgoblin.
Yeah. What is the difference between a standard vanilla goblin and a hobgoblin?
Hobgoblin.
Is a hobgoblin bigger? Yeah,
it's covered in chocolate.
Hobgoblin, absolutely edible. Is an edible goblin. There is a difference though.
Hobgoblin and goblin?
In my head, a hobgoblin is like a bigger goblin. Like a goblin, I'm like, that's a goblin. A hobgoblin is like a goblin's dad.
Or a hobbit goblin. Or was it hobgob?
Maybe that is maybe that's the mixture.
Hobgob.
Remember gobstoppers?
Yeah.
Was there a gobstopper?
Okay, gobstoppers.
That shit will pull your teeth out.
Yeah.
Everlasting gobstoppers.
The jawbreakers.
The jawbreakers.
Yeah.
Jawbreakers.
They will break your fucking jaw.
They're not.
Yeah, why do we let
and they're not good candy.
No, they suck. I don't know why that they let that get through.
Right.
But.
All right. What is the worst candy?
Saltwater taffy. No.
You think? I mean.
No.
I'm not reaching for saltwater taffy. It's definitely for me a lower tier.
I have to say I don't like jawbreakers.
Jawbreakers are pretty bad.
I'm not a coconut guy. Like I don't like those peppermint patties. I don't like anything mint. Like mint ice cream.
Like an Andes bar or something?
Yeah, not for me. Anything that infuses mint. Mint should be for cleaning your teeth and brushing.
I like that you said coconut though.
Coconut as well too. Coconut and mint, I would say.
Okay.
Because isn't there Yorkshire peppermint patty? Isn't there coconut in there too?
Peppermint patty,
I don't think so.
Maybe not. Okay.
Is there?
I thought there was. Maybe
I don't think there
whatever
is.
that white filling is.
But there's like the mounds and the almond joy.
Yeah, mounds, get it out.
Oh, I love it.
See, I can fuck it up.
I like
the older I got, the more I like coconut shit.
Yeah, dude.
Like what's a Girl Scout cookies? This is Samoas.
I love Samoas.
Samoas, coconut, S tier.
By the way, do you remember them being called Caramel Delights?
Were we just
no.
Did I bring
they
this up?
They used to be called Caramel Delights, and now all of a sudden Samoas?
I think we need to change it to samosas.
Samosas.
So that they're all filled with like
Do I
potato
remember them
and
being
peas.
called
like
caramel
samosas.
delights, or is that?
I think you're right. I
Yeah.
think the name was not always Samoas.
This feels like one of those things, those conspiracy things, where like,
Yeah.
do you remember Febreze had 2 E's or something?
Mandela effect.
Yeah, the Mandela
Yeah,
effect.
the Bernstein Bears.
Yeah.
Or are they the Bernstein Bears?
I called them the
Oh,
Bernstein
yeah.
Bear.
There's stuff like that.
And Fruit
like,
of the Loom. Do you remember there being a cornucopia? I remember cornucopia, but
Yeah.
apparently there was never a cornucopia.
I don't. That's
it was just like
insane.
different
It
fruits.
was just fruits.
They're the Berenstain Bears.
Bernstein.
Yeah.
I called them the Bernstein Bears.
Me too.
This is actually transcendentalist stuff of us to talk about, because what the transcendentalists were working against through their poetry and readings and trying to influence politicians and stuff was they were critics of contemporary society for its unthinking conformity.
Nice. So they were
I
goth.
love that.
And they urged a person to find their own words through their original relation to the universe, which is why they often would go out into nature and try to experience life for what
Beautiful.
it is. It's like going to J Tree or
I
something
was
like that.
talking to
Yeah, went
somebody
to J
about
Tree and
this.
jacked off.
This is
Jack
like,
off tree.
yeah, Jay.
That's what J Tree is, dude. Joshua Tree's just
Jack
Jack off tree. No, I'm going to Jack off tree park.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is
Went and
that
spilled
what
seed
you
out in
boys
the
are
desert.
doing in there?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You go to the
Yup.
monuments out there and just.
Also, the actual Joshua
We
trees
need one.
themselves, like, thoroughly underwhelming. And I know that they're like
Yeah.
they're very rare and they only grow in that area. And it's like, these are bad trees, though.
They're
These
like
are,
kind of barren.
right.
Yeah.
They're
okay.
like weird.
Yeah.
Like, why is this?
Because
good?
they're absorbing all y'all's cum. Because they're,
Yeah.
they're
Yes, that's what they feed off of.
and it's a lot. It is a lot.
We need one. Women need a clam tree. We
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
we need a
I mean, most
What
fruit-
national park would it be? I don't
that
know.
women would jerk off. in.
Yellowstone with the geysers.
Yeah. Yeah.
good guys. Are,
That's
yeah,
good.
squirter.
That's
Yellowstone is a squirter.
Yeah.
Big time. Big time. Don't try to put anything
There's a
past me. I'm
squirter community
old
there.
fashioned perv.
Big time.
Yeah.
What were you? You were about to say something.
I was gonna say. I mean, just a little. Just speaking of like walking into the woods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've been talking to. I have these mushrooms at my house that I'm like dying to use, and I really want to go to like Joshua Tree or someplace and eat them. But I was talking to a friend about how it's so funny in LA. I feel so stressed out all the time. I feel so like anxious, depressed, all this stuff. And then I'll literally go outside and take a walk and I'm like, wow, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like just that, where it's like, oh, our connection to nature is so strong
It's
that
totally
it's
true.
like healing. And I was talking to one of my friends. I was talking about how he met a woman who calls herself a witch. I feel like that's a common in
Wiccan.
LA.
Yeah.
And that she blames her her moods on the moon.
Sure.
But a part of me is like, well, like of course we're gonna blame stuff on the moon. Like the moon's on a 28-day cycle, and so are we. Like we
Right.
actually are directly connected to the moon, and so are men. You know,
Right.
in a way. And I was thinking
Yeah.
about how like the idea of it's not that we're witches. It's just that I think I don't know what I'm trying to say.
The
but
natural world affects you in ways
Yeah.
that you aren't necessarily 100% conscious of.
And
that
why
there's-
why do we get away from that? Because that's so true and so beautiful, and we are nature, and nature is us, and we're all part of. We're not like it
Right.
feels like we think we're just visiting instead of like no.
Yeah,
we,
we're monkeys
we-
driving around in
yeah.
a 2-ton metal car.
Yeah.
Like this is
in Cybertrucks.
Yeah, every
like,
once in a while you realize you're like that's a primate
I know.
Yeah.
like going 100 miles an hour. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I guess you can make fun of women who call themselves witches because we're not witches, but
But some
perhaps
of them are.
women have more of a
Magic.
connection with
You never met my grandma.
life and death because we get our period, we see our blood every month.
Right.
So you can go years without seeing your own blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But women, we engage with our own blood and we're reminded of death every month. So maybe there is, I don't know. Anyway,
There's
no,
something
that is
there.
profound. I think that's great to say. I'm like, it is cool. And it's like, I think George Carlin talks about this where he's like, look at this beautiful country we have, like North America, so many different climates. The state of Jersey actually has a pretty diverse climate.
so,
We
yeah,
have
say-
all the biomes.
Yeah, it has all the
we're,
biomes.
I think we're the only country in the world that has like all the
Yeah,
biomes.
yeah.
If you want, like you name
Yeah.
it, we got it.
Yeah.
You know, we got Alaska, we got Hawaii, we got the desert, we got the swamp, we got
Totally.
mountains, we got it all.
Especially
yeah.
here in LA and California, it's like we're close to the mountains. Like
Oh
today,
my
it's like
God.
after the rain, it's nice. I was driving. The
you
clouds
can see
are
the
awesome.
snow on
yeah.
the, yeah.
It's so cool to see that, and I'm like, that gets you a little bit stoked. You know what I mean? But We're all caught up in our own shit all the time. It's important to unplug.
And you were talking too about like the idea of like going on a walk and just like clearing your head and getting out in the day. And then like, of course, undeniably that's a thing of just like getting your body moving and getting outside and some fresh air for sure. And then there's the people that take it like one step or 11 steps too far where you're like butthole sunning.
Yeah.
You're like, I only feel good if my asshole gets sunburnt. You're like, maybe just go for a hike and then see if you're getting the same head rush from that.
See here, Luke, Chad, my bro Chad's a big proponent of the perineum sunning.
Yes.
Oh,
although
really?
he loves to sun the gooch. He loves to get that vitamin D on there.
He's so funny.
He's the best. But you got to be careful. Like Josh Brolin, he did scorch his ass.
You do not want to roast your hole.
Felt dizzy. Felt a little dizzy.
And I bet that hurts when you shit.
A big time sunburn on your butt?
Yeah.
Yeah. And getting sunburn right on your butthole is going to make it so much harder to do that OnlyFans thing that you promised where you're going to have sex with 1,000 guys in one day. Having a sunburned butthole makes it...
sunhole butthole?
Yeah. It's way easier if you don't have a sunburn on your hole.
Everything's easier without a sunburn. Question, who do you respect less? Person with a fresh sunburn or person wearing sunscreen not rubbed in right?
Oh,
who do I respect more?
Yeah, if someone was telling, like, say you needed legal advice, or you're gonna get, or you're
legal advice,
or whatever it is, high stake. If someone's selling you a car.
Wait, if I'm getting legal advice, I want the sunscreen guy.
Yes, of course,
because he's a nerd.
Yes,
and he's
forward thinking,
anxious, and he's worried about detail. Or he's not worried about the way he looks.
If I'm trying to rent a backhoe, give me sunburn.
That's what I'm talking about.
That means that guy's used it. He knows it works.
Yeah. If I'm trying to rent a jet ski,
I
want the sunburnt guy who's gonna show me where you can smoke pot and not get in trouble.
I like this. There's a utility. There's a social
I'm
utility for either of these characters. I love this.
Yeah.
But the glob of sunscreen that you didn't quite rub in is tough.
That's me.
Me too.
I use zinc. I'm so nervous about aging, and I use zinc stuff, and I have no problem walking around like a geisha.
My wife's like that too.
Yeah, people really make fun of it, and I get it, but I
get it. You don't want to become a leather handbag or whatever.
Yeah, I don't want to be like a mitt. And
not me. I'm like my wife wants me to like to extend the my boyish good looks. She wants me to do a skincare regimen kind of thing. And I was doing it for a minute, and I wasn't loving it. And then I went, you know what? I think I want to I feel like for me, I want to embrace that, like, the dad look.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that feels like the thing I've always been working up to is kind of looking like a little older.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
Okay.
So I'm not.
You do look like you're 28 or something. So maybe it's working for you. Men, fuck you guys. You guys age like so much better than us.
Part of it is I've never done any work.
Yes, I've never
worked.
Any labor
I've never worked.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. But I don't know. I think I blame LA partially because like I look at pictures of myself during the years when I lived in Chicago, and I look older.
Yeah, I look older when I lived in New York and
no.
Jersey.
Yeah,
partying harder maybe when you were younger.
Maybe
big part of it.
Cold on your skin.
Yeah, I think part of it is just like you got like a. Yeah, you just having to deal with the winter. It ages you. Mm-hmm. Same with like a vehicle.
Yeah.
Like when you don't have covered parking in Chicago, you're like, yeah, my car's gonna be exploded in 2 years.
Is peeling. Yeah.
Exactly.
Men should have a skincare regimen though. It is true. It's good to. I'm using a little bit of what's that shit called at night that you put on?
Your own cum.
Retinol.
Yes. Yeah, and I think that's exactly.
Yeah.
It's like a 1 pea drop, like a size of a pea.
Yeah, tretinoin.
Yeah, I do that.
It's good.
Tretinoin, yep.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
My wife puts this shit on her face that smells like soy sauce, and so like I'll go to give her a kiss goodnight, and I go, she doesn't like that I don't like how her skin shit smells.
Is it French?
I don't even know. She's got many different products that she loves to use, but I'm like, oh, you put the soy sauce shit on. She's like, it smells good. And I'm like, I assure you it doesn't.
No, it smells bad. I've used stuff that smells really bad, and you just kind of have to like.
I use my wife's lavender stuff in the shower.
That's good.
I use that stuff. I take that shit.
Oh, give me all sorts of
calming.
Calming. Yes,
yeah.
it's nice. Yeah, because I work nights. I get home late. Shower with the lavender. Let's go.
I
really appreciate that as a man that you're into lavender.
I love it.
I've been trying.
I like lavender too.
Okay.
I think
Shut up, Luke.
Cherry blossoms smell good if you ask me.
Well, earlier you said you didn't.
Wait,
I only like sandalwood. Why are men scents like sandalwood and cigar and shit? I'm like,
whiskey, bourbon. Yeah.
I want to smell like a flower.
I was gonna say I just wrote a bit about that because Dr. Sasquatch, I was thinking about Dr. Sasquatch because I just did a Don't Tell, and I was like, oh, they give women this stuff too, and I was looking at it and I was like, it's so funny that men, like, they feel so emasculated, or they need to feel so masculine, that the soap is like mulch and cigarette butts,
yes,
like bourbon and whiskey barrel.
What are we doing?
Shave butter, and it's like, dude. Just how about lavender or just no scent?
The deodorant I put on today, I was like, oh, I was like, it was timber.
Yeah, timber.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to smell like timber.
But it's because they're trying to advertise something that's deemed feminine to men, so they have to try to trick them into being like, no, this is actually really badass to smell like sandalwood and sandpaper. Yeah.
I always had a theory where it was like, it'd be interesting with cologne and perfumes. Switch it. Women like the way that perfume smells. Maybe women like the way so if you're a guy, put on perfume.
My sister's a lesbian and she uses cologne. Yeah, because she likes the smell and other women like the smell.
Yeah,
cologne is weird.
I'm not big on it, especially doing valet. Like, you get into someone's car that's just like freshly bathed in cologne. You're like,
I also think pheromones are really important. So I use deodorant, but I don't cover up my smell, because I think smell is like the reason why apps, I think, suck so bad, is that you really just, can we get into the same room and smell each other?
It's true.
You want to smell
because it's all about pheromones. If you have you ever had sex with somebody who smells good to you, like their skin?
Yeah, you have to be attracted to that.
Yeah, that's like, that means your kids would actually be genetically healthy. That's like,
whoa, is that a thing?
Yeah, it means that you're a match, genetically. Like, their immune system would be strong.
So by that logic, if I think that my wife sometimes smells like a cheeseburger, meaning like
cheeseburgers are delicious.
Well,
are you attracted to the smell?
No. I think my wife smells wonderful. But every once in a while, she'll comment, like, if I'm a little ripe or something, she'll go, "You smell like a cheeseburger." Right
I love that.
Well,
I'm like, I kind of go like, but
I think sweat's different than pheromone.
No, this is different things.
For sure.
But the BO is like a bacteria in the sweat that's better.
It's
different.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm a little funky. I sweated it out on my freaking Peloton.
Yeah.
All right, Meredith, I want to hear about, you said before we started recording, you had a little something that you wanted to share. I think this is a nice time.
I'm just curious about something, and because you're a history buff, I feel like you know about this. Okay.
I have Google here, so I'll find out.
Okay, so the murder of Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
Okay, yes.
Was murdered by this guy,
Gavrilo Princip.
Yes. And
let's go, Luke.
Yeah, dog. That's like a deep cut.
Yeah, kind of.
And I was thinking about, I remember learning this in high school, that, and let me know what your take is on this, but like, so Princip was going to murder him when he was like driving through Austria.
No, he's down in Serbia.
Yep, in the Balkans. They always knew that what would set the world on fire would be some accident in the Balkans.
Some damn fool in the Balkans.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so I remember reading he was supposed to murder him. It's kind of like a comedy of errors.
Yeah.
Because I heard he was supposed to murder him like with a...
There was a guy with a bomb. There was
Oh, so you guys already know this. You guys already are well... Okay.
Well, this is but it's such an amazing like tale of like historical fate.
I just think it's funny where it's like, he had a bomb, and somebody, I think maybe Princip threw it, it hit the top of the car, and then blew up somewhere else.
Yes.
Right.
And then, is it true that the whole reason why Princip was able to kill him is that they made a wrong turn, and then he was like eating lunch, and then saw Franz, the Archduke, and was like, oh, this is my chance, and then he was able to...
Yeah, he's like, great, I'll get him.
I think that is so funny.
It's amazing.
It's pretty wild. The story is... very, very interesting. It is one of those things of like, man, some things, like, no matter what, they like historical fate. Like you come this close, all these different things happen where you don't get killed, and then the dumbest happenstance sets off a world war.
Yeah.
You know what covers it pretty well is the movie The Kingsman, which I actually kind of like that series.
I didn't know.
But it's the Kingsman. It's the Kingsman sequel that's actually a prequel. They cover it pretty well in that.
Oh.
And they show the comedy of errors.
Dan Carlin,
really?
Hardcore History too.
Oh yeah, you listen to Dan. If you should check out Dan Carlin, Hardcore History, that's my boy.
He does it like play by play. He unpacks it, and what makes it that much crazier in my mind too is like there's a guy who like tried to throw a grenade, like exactly what you described, and then they had like a suicide contingency where the guy was like, well, fuck, now I'm caught. And like, do not be taken alive. So he took like a cyanide pill and jumped into the river, but the river was like 1 foot deep, and he hits the ground and immediately vomits up.
That's so
the pill
funny.
and so he's like, "Fuck."
Doesn't even work. Yeah,
Didn't
can't
even work.
Damn. So because I was thinking that would be such a funny like Iannucci, how he did Stalin, the movie Stalin. Did you see it? It's so you'd love it.
Oh, I should check
It's
that
so
out.
funny.
Death
of
of
Stalin.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
that way.
I've seen that. Death of Stalin's amazing.
I thought it was
yeah,
so
yeah,
funny.
Steve Buscemi, it's incredible.
Yeah. To do like if he did a version of Princip, I thought would be so funny. But it's already been.
He would nail that.
Yeah.
But it's also like I think Gavrilo Princip was like 19 years old too.
He's young,
so it's
right?
like full blown Luigi. You know, like a young dude.
bumbling
Oh, you're
teen.
right. Probably attractive, you know.
He's probably hottie.
Yeah, probably a good-looking dude.
Freaking
suave.
Serbian Sarajevo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these Serbian guys jacked. Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah, he probably does like
Probably could hit a nice outside shot, dude. And I'm down
an Adidas tracksuit.
Yeah.
So did
yeah, always, yeah, exactly.
Did he die after?
He did.
kill
He died in
himself?
jail.
Oh, he died in jail.
Died in jail.
Took the fall, and this was like big. Like this was, leading up to World War I, where it was like, and Dan Collins does such a good job of talking about it. It's like it's not Nazi Germany. It's like
No.
Kaiser Wilhelm, and it was all about being the first to battle. And like Germany just had to be the first to battle, like strategically. It was like,
You
well, who's
can't
going to
let
get the
this
war
go.
machine started first?
Yep.
And it was just took
Powder
so much
keg.
time. Yeah, exactly. And it was an era of like, are we moving to like these republics and these more democratics away from these monarchies? So then symbolically, you kill this archduke. He was going to be an heiress, and and it's all like cousins and like brothers splitting Europe, like through the mother of Aaron. Who was it? Like the mom, like Tsar whatever of Russia, and then like the King of England were like cousins, weren't they?
Yeah, the Habsburgs. And
Yeah.
They in the Austria-Hungary and England, they were an offshoot of that English monarchy.
Yeah.
God, you guys are
yeah.
so historical.
history
Fun, it's
buffs.
fun. I know. I like to. Yeah, it's cool to think about. I like look at the map and be like, sweet. And then
Sick.
if I was in the insert myself, like, oh, would it be cool to be there? No,
No.
it would suck. Everything would
No.
suck.
What would you? Okay, I bet you get this a lot on every podcast. But where would you go if you had what
Time
period?
machine?
It's a
If
great
you- if
question.
time, yeah, whatever. You could spend as much time as you wanted in this time period.
And do I have my knowledge now? Like I'm going
Yes.
back as myself.
As
Can
you,
go
right.
back then.
Yeah.
This is a great question.
As a white guy, you have lots of options.
Oh yeah,
White
it's
guy,
pretty
white
good.
guy, it's
can
like
go anywhere.
fucking chill in any time period.
Yeah, Meredith, you have to go back. Probably not before 1970. And in this country, you probably don't want to. Although you could
I
have
do
been
have
like
an
a
answer.
queen. You could have been a queen somewhere. I honestly kind of want to go back and like I do want to see like Julius Caesar and
Yeah.
like Rome, even though I don't speak Latin or something, anything like that. But like, and then I could share like some good like. I'd be like, guys, mailboxes. We need those things, and they would like. I could maybe become an official.
I love that
of
you
just like
share
logistics.
mailboxes.
Be
Yeah.
like because I don't have any
They-
inventions or any skills or any music. You could be you could perform at any.
Yeah, I would
You
just
could be
do
a
the
minstrel.
plot of the movie Yesterday and just do all the Beatles songs and
Oh,
act
yeah.
like I wrote them.
Smart,
Yeah.
Luke. Smart. You'd be
What
rich.
time period would you go back to?
Jesus. Would you want to find out about Jesus?
No, I'm good. I'm chill on it.
70s, bro. I think Aaron wants to go back to like the 70s
I feel
Manchester
like-
and like fucking rip with some.
I feel like yeah, I feel like just live a boomer's life. Honestly, they've had it pretty sweet.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They've had it pretty good. But like historical, if I'm just like zapping back, I think a kind of a cool era of like maybe I don't want to live out my whole life there, but I would love to check in with like a feudal England.
Be interesting, dude.
Just check it out and then be like, all right, I gotta go though.
how bad everyone smells.
Yeah,
Speaking of
everything
smells.
sucks, and I'm like,
Yeah.
good to see it.
Yeah.
Gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would go back. I would want to see like the Neanderthal split, like the fight between us and so
The
yeah.
offshoot of humans that were eventually
Yes.
were killed.
Yes, I would want to see like that war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody.
Cro-Magnon, Neanderthal. I think I saw something on YouTube of like a war that almost wiped out like all of humanity. Like it killed like 98% of
Wow.
people. But yeah, it'd be badass.
Yeah.
You know, the book, who's the Yuval Noah Harari? He talks a little bit about it in his book. What the hell is that called? Anyway, he talks about just how humans' ability to be cooperative.
Are you talking about sapiens?
Sapiens?
Yeah.
That
Great.
was our premier skill against megafauna, like big animals. He's like, imagine if lions could coordinate. And
Right.
Imagine if silverback gorillas could be as cooperative as we are. It's like they
Right.
would have fucked us up.
Right.
No, we just were able to get together and buy into this idea, especially like more like beta humans, and buying into the idea of the promise of like, if I die for this cause in our greater community, when I die, I might go to a heaven where I'll get lots of bananas, as opposed to like right now I'll get more bananas.
Interesting. So religion spun out of that.
Like
probably.
Yeah.
What he says is like need and just social dynamics and communication, and then of course and like at like a.
And you hear thunder and you're like
level, God. It explains things. I still get that way, like when I'm scared at night, or like if I'm like camping, I'm like, God protect me, or if you're in a dire situation.
I am not religious, but I'll say, I'll something bad will happen. I'll be like, God bless. Like I'll do like a little prayer for no fucking.
Dude, I'm reading Bill Bryson right now. He's sick. You guys should check it out. Super fun. Like, good book to just pick up and read like one chapter at a time, and just like kind of like trippy. Like when you do your shrooms, Bill Bryson will hook you up with some good.
You'll see God.
Read it before. Don't like do it at the time. Go enjoy yourself.
You've tripped before.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I've seen 111 fish shows.
Oh my God.
Oh, I've tripped.
A fish fan with a PH.
Yeah.
That's how I say fan. When things with a PH, I go fish fan.
Is that what you're reading right now?
I'm reading that now, picking it up, and intermittently it's taking me months, but like
it takes me months.
He goes, we don't know. Even the smartest people, like they're like the Big Bang Theory, which started as a joke. The other scientists called it that as a joke, being like, "You're dumb. That's stupid. Oh, the Big Bang," and it's like it's just rapid expansion, is what the Big Bang is rather than an explosion. But they're like, all of everything that exists very small. Every element, everything that's ever existed in the entire massive universe existed tiny, and now it's just expanding. It's just a theory, but we don't know what was before that chicken or egg thing.
No.
Yeah.
And he's like, you can't think of it as a thing inside of a box that's nothing else. He's like, we literally have no idea.
Yeah.
So that's super trippy to think about. Like,
and I love
that what was before anything and why.
That the jump simply must be God who intervenes in our day-to-day life and looks like it's like no. If you have to look at the
it's crazy.
Once you get into the like universe level stuff, you go, why in the absolute fuck would you get to this point where you go, well, we don't know what happened before then, so let's find a even more crazy random ass explanation. Where it's like but then that's always
it's true, dude. But Bryson says, he goes, it raises religious questions, but they're not necessarily as not valid as anything scientific.
Sure.
We just don't know.
We don't know.
So like that's the thing, and you can get in an argument with like an evangelical or whatever.
Oh no, for sure. It's the scary thing, and I think the more accepting thing of our place in the universe is to accept that it's okay to not know.
For sure.
It's the people who are selling you, I know, those are the motherfuckers you got to watch out for. Where you're like,
so the Transcendentalists we're going against. They don't know, we don't know, and they're saying your greatest experience as a human being is just connecting with this world around you.
Yes.
Yep.
Which is
and jacking off in the woods and showing your butthole to the sun.
If you take anything from this podcast, expose yourself in a public setting, probably a bank, maybe a movie theater. No.
It gives you maybe a movie theater. It gives you if you show your butthole to Wicked, it gives you a burst of strength and vitality.
There's a lot of bright colorations in there.
It absorbs that last Defying Gravity vocalization from Cynthia Erivo will juice you.
And I just want to say, did you guys see Wicked?
I didn't.
Did you see it?
I've
seen it live. I've seen the stage show.
I will say I didn't care. I don't really care too much about Wicked. I want to see Dorothy's aunt's story.
Oh.
Didn't pick that.
I want to see like Annie M's.
Oh, Annie M when she's in a coma from because she didn't go to the storm cellar during a tornado.
I really want her spinoff, like poor thing, she's working on the farm. Her niece is like not doing shit. Singing about another
bitch
place
tries to kill their dog. What the fuck is our neighbor doing killing our dog?
Her brothers are like they're confused and dumb on the farm. This poor woman's holding this whole farm together. Nobody cares.
Hilarious.
You're right.
Hilarious.
No one, Annie M, no one really cared.
Also, she killed herself in Hollywood. Just to circle back to how
Really?
depressing this business is. Yeah, she killed herself. I don't know how old she was. I think she was like maybe in her 70s or 80s or something.
Not
but
great.
she killed her. She suffocated herself.
Didn't Judy Garland too?
Did she?
Thought she did.
There's a lot of dark stuff with the Wizard of Oz. Like there's someone hanging in the background in a frame. I don't know if that's a myth or true, but it's just. I think. Luke, do you have anything before? We've been rolling for a good amount of time. I'm like, Meredith, anything else you want to share? Or anything that's coming up before we get out of here, or what's going on?
I'm good. I just wanted to say that Annie M thing. Sorry.
I love
that.
I was going to give you props too.
Anything you share.
I am somebody who I've been trying to actively reduce my screen time on my phone.
Cool.
Been trying to read more. Been trying to do other things other than be on my dang phone and putting wormholes in my brain, right?
Yeah.
But I'm still on there. I'm just trying to reduce it. Every once in a while, I'm not much of a scroller on a lot of apps. There's a lot of things I really don't check in with. And every once in a while, I'll check in on randomly on Threads. You're killing it on there. What? I feel like my algo is giving me you 100%.
Really? That's
everything
so funny.
you ever thread, I'm on there, and I'll throw it a like.
No way.
I'm in there.
Wow.
Killing it.
I don't even like. You just go. Sometimes I'll go and I'll be like, I don't even
just
check
yakking it out.
Yeah, I'm just jerking off in the woods.
Honestly,
what is Threads? It's just like you write down whatever you're thinking.
It's
like
Twitter
Twitter.
with less Nazis and porn bots.
Oh, that's good.
They're like, we're gonna do no Nazi, maybe not no, but less Nazis and porn bots, and see what up with that. And in general, I feel like I'm not following anyone on Threads that I like don't know.
It's
yeah,
the algorithm does a good job of just, I mean, it's almost like Severance, where it's just keeping you with your friends and you're not getting exposed to other people. So it is kind of like, is it a good thing?
Yeah, keep me in my bubble.
Thing? Yeah, but you're definitely being kept in a bubble.
Yes, there's a lot of that, but
That's
I appreciate what you're throwing up on there.
Thank
I always
my
get
goodness.
a giggle out of me, and it's a lot of workplace. You do a lot of like psychos who come into the coffee shop or whatever.
They're crazy.
Yeah.
What's one of the craziest things you've seen that you can share before we get out of here?
A guy came in and he asked if we have any unproblematic milks.
And you're like, no.
I said, come on, dude.
They
bro.
I make $15 an
oats.
hour, man. Come on. And he said, well, dairy's bad because of the cow, and then oat milk has a lot of sugar and a lot of oil, and then almond milk takes a lot of resources to make. And I said,
what
so
milk
I said, what
want?
I said, what do you want? And he goes, I'm just trying to find there's no option, is there? And I go, okay, why don't you just drink coffee? And he didn't like the taste of coffee, so I was like, what do you
wait
want
till you hear about
then,
the
man?
beans.
Yeah,
the people that pick these.
Yeah.
Go get a Jolt Cola, dude.
Yeah.
Go get Jolt.
Do Balls energy drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Rip a Balls, BAWLS.
It was really wild. And this guy came in. I'll just share this last thing. He came in the other day, and he goes, can I get a hot latte? And I assume if you're an adult and you don't specify what kind of milk, you mean dairy. Because if you have an issue, you'll be like, I need oat milk or almond milk, whatever.
Yeah, the standard is whole milk.
Yeah, the standard. I'd say I would agree with that.
If you don't say anything, that's the default.
That's what I think. So then I made him that, or I put the cup down. My friend Anthony made him the drink, and then he said to my friend Anthony, I actually wanted oat milk. She forgot to ask me what kind of milk I want.
No, get fucked.
Bro,
get fucked.
And then I looked at him and I said, no, you forgot to tell me what kind of milk you like.
Good.
I do feel like, and I could be wrong. I know I'm not trying to uncork shit in workplace scenarios, but times with like service industry jobs, I do feel like people that work at a coffee shop are the most empowered to be like, no, fuck off.
Oh, I say no, fuck off all the time.
Which I'm like, this is good.
You have to.
There was a woman that came in.
I love this. Now
she came in, and long line behind her, by the way. And I work in a very rich neighborhood. Okay. And she came in. She gets to the front and she goes, I'd like a tea, but I'm going to pay for it now. But I don't want it now. I'm going to go next door for a few minutes, and then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to give you a little signal, and then that's when I want you to make the tea.
Nope.
And I looked at her and I said, oh, no.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that.
Oh, that's insane.
And then she goes, okay, I'll just order the tea. I'll wait, and then I'll go next door. And I go, wow, that's brilliant.
Oh, cool.
I think we're going to make everybody do that.
Like how Earth works?
Yeah, you mean how a line?
We should have a sign that says, if you order the thing now, we'll make it now and give it to you now.
It's just the way that these rich people want life to be bended.
Yes.
Like, I do think that people come into a coffee shop and they see me not as somebody who's trying to help them get their coffee, but as somebody who's in the way.
Correct.
Where it's like, I should already have it in my hand. Why don't I have it in my hand? I got to talk to you.
And that's your fault.
Yeah, and it's my fault that they don't have it already.
Now,
and also there is something for that lady. It's called, I don't know if your shop has it, but other ones do. Starbucks, for instance, order ahead.
Yeah,
you
if you need the
your
pickup
app,
option.
and then boom, you pick it up.
But if you want the like personal touch, like we have a coffee shop in our neighborhood. Our boy Brent. Shout out to Brent at Brew.
Brent? What up?
There is, I understand some element of like, it's your neighborhood coffee shop. You have a personal, like, you have acquaintance level friendship of like,
that's
hey,
really
good to see
nice.
You, man.
Yeah.
We chop it up for a few minutes.
Literally
talk
gives
baseball.
your brains endorphins.
It's good.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I love seeing Brent. But like, because we're at that level, we hung out and did some work today. And then afterwards, we were on our way out, and he goes, "You want a refill?"
I'll hook people up all the time.
I went, "Now
If
that's what
you're
it's all
cool,
about."
If you're cool, I'm gonna hook you up. I've hooked up so many people. If you're a dick, I'm gonna give you decaf.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I
Have you done that?
Yes,
Oh,
I do it all the time.
love
If
it.
you do not tip or you're
Oh,
an
yeah.
asshole, I give you decaf. And we actually, by the way, we can talk to each other.
Your
we
signals?
signal
Oh,
to
yeah, for
each
sure.
other.
Okay, what is the signal for this guy's a dick?
There's a
and-
few.
lady signal.
There's a few. We go, okay, we say, hey, is Amber coming in today? And if we say, hey, is Amber coming in today? It's give this guy
Poison this
decaf.
guy.
Really? No way. I
Yeah.
love that.
And then the person can clock the person and be like, oh, no, they're not coming in today. And then that's how we know to give them the opposite of what they want. So if they want decaf, we'll give them caffeine.
Oh, let's go.
Then you go, Amber is coming in today.
And she's jacked up.
It's gonna suck when they hire someone named Amber though, and then it's
Oh
like,
yeah, and no one.
no,
hires
but for
Amber.
real though, don't like,
Yeah.
like, is Amber
We'll change the
working
name.
today?
Yeah, is
like,
Cynthia here?
and we're doing a wellness check on Amber actually.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that you have a little coat because you gotta have a little bit of empowerment.
But I'll tell you what, everybody does. Every place does.
Oh, yeah, for
every
sure.
place, every place has a way to fuck you over.
Oh yeah.
Every
well,
single
don't
place.
fuck with people that are that.
I came in and I went to Costco to get my tires.
Oh, nice.
Good
place to go.
Best
Yeah.
place. Yeah. Warranty. It's great. And I was kind of rude to the guy. And I felt myself being rude. I was like, this guy's going to fuck me over, isn't he? I had an appointment. And when you have an appointment, you really don't wait. I had an appointment. I waited 2 hours. And I go,
Yeah.
you know what? It's because I was addicted to the guy. And he put my name lower.
He
And you
bumped
know
you.
what? That's street justice.
Yeah.
That's fucking justice.
Yep.
Thank God for it.
So you're saying you do that in your own way at the like with dicks at the coffee stuff too? Well, like you'll bump them?
Oh, sometimes I'll bump them. Sometimes I'll put people in front of them. Sometimes I won't even put their cup down.
Now
And
that,
then they have to come back and I have to go, ooh, you know what would jog my memory? $1.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, dude,
One
you.
single dollar.
One single dollar.
I'm like,
you
yeah.
little fucker.
We all pay $5-6 for a coffee.
Oh, yeah.
I get it. If you don't want to do that, you can make your coffee at home, whatever,
Yep.
and go ahead
Part
and do
of
that. But when you're going to the shop, you're going for a treat, and there's someone making it behind the counter. There's someone putting in labor, and I work for tips, and so I do tip energy.
Yeah.
Dude, it's $1.
Yeah, it's
like a
$1.
cup of coffee's $5-6. Your latte now in LA $7-8.
It's
Maybe
expensive.
it's $2.
Yeah.
$1 or $2, and you hit the thing, dude. Come on.
And I'm not saying you have to tip 30%. I'm not saying you need to tip me more. I'm just saying $1 goes, by the way, $1, I'm splitting that with 5 people.
Exactly, I know.
And also, I'm not saying tip 30%, tip 20, like Blue Bottle has tipping starting at 25 now, 25, 30%, 35, which I think is crazy.
The suggestion
It's aggressive.
give it single dollar amounts.
Yes,
Give it 1, 2, 3.
single dollar amounts. I
you know?
agree with as a barista. I will say that, and then you don't need to tip on hard goods, on sodas, whatever stuff
Right,
that
if you
we
buy-
If
didn't
you buy a
make.
water, yes, exactly.
Yeah,
you're
but
out, you're out.
if somebody has made something for you, $1 speaks volumes, and nothing speaks even louder.
Correct, because I'll tell you, I've been hooked up. I'll go to Blue Bottle sometimes. I always tip the $1 if I get an extra shot. Sometimes they don't ring me up for that extra shot.
Yeah.
And I see that. Maybe I throw a little extra that day.
See-
Or I just do the standard and they go, let it.
Yeah. You're paying attention.
And you know what? It
There's a lot of
gets
people
you
who don't pay
stoked.
attention.
Doesn't it get you stoked when
Yeah.
you're like a regular? It's kind of like being
Yes.
like the high roller. It's kind of like a little mafioso where you're the guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes they see you come in, they know your order, boom, it's already down.
Everybody
do
wants
like
to
that.
go,
Sick.
or what? It's cheers.
Well, they know you're exactly.
Yeah.
It is true. And then it's like you get to that point where like going into the clubs, the bartenders at like the Improv. Shout out to Brian.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brian.
Yeah.
Brian's a G. Every time he sees me, but I haven't been drinking recently. So I've been laying off the sauce,
Yeah.
and like he saw me last night, and he just like right away just cracked a White Claw, and I was like, oh, I was like on a White Claw kicker for a minute. I'm like, he's being nice, and he's just greeting me with a or
That's
like
really
at the Laugh
nice.
Factory, like here's a
rad.
tequila soda,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, I'm just not drinking right now. So I'm like, great, well, all right, yeah. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, thank you so much, still like.
I think you did the
tip
move.
money,
Yeah.
but
And then you maybe give it to a comic that is drink or whatever. You
yeah,
pay
yeah.
it forward.
I'm just-
Right,
What I do
pay
is
it
I
forward.
ditch it upstairs.
Yeah, or ditch
I
it.
go
Yeah, exactly.
upstairs.
But that's the move. Is you're
But
nice.
I felt bad, but it was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Luke,
it's the love. It's love.
you have something coming out.
Oh my goodness gracious!
You have
It's
something
true.
coming out.
Putting out a good old fashioned stand up comedy special.
I'll put the link in this
Nice.
episode.
Oh man, link in bio, baby. Yeah, but I'm glad for it to finally be out on good old YouTube. You can buy it on 800 Pound Gorilla. You won't. but watch it on YouTube for free.
That's cool. How were they to work with?
They were good. I kind of worked with them after the fact. I kind of produced it and did a lot of it with another company called 4x3 and with myself and Andrew Levy, who we all know. Andrew,
my God, yeah.
Photographer and director extraordinaire. But I cashed in lots of favors. Had freaking Wayne Brady improvise a song with me.
Wow.
I got a Tupac hologram of myself.
Did you really?
Really went all out.
Dude, I can't wait to see that.
I spent too much money on a
awesome.
thing that but yeah.
You know what? It's good for you, man. Fucking, this is your first hour?
This is my first stand-up special on video. I did a audio only with them, which that's the move. In like 2018, like right after SNL, I did.
Hell yeah! Okay, dude.
Why? Because it's cheaper. Is that the move?
Just because like 2018 was like really truly the beginning of people nonstop recording themselves. Like like an audio album used to be a perfectly acceptable thing to want to do.
Right.
But I even like a year after that, I went, why didn't I videotape that? Like it's so silly. Yeah. But oh well.
Cool.
Comedy's timing.
Hey, yeah.
Dude, Meredith, thank you so much for being
God,
here.
This is so
what
fun.
a treat!
This
You're
is so
awesome.
Fun.
Please come back.
Freaking treat.
Literally anytime. Please come back.
Well,
Butthole
Sun.
Yeah. We'll perineum sun. We'll get the vibes right. We'll come back in the
Sun.
Won't you come?
Aaron, you're a freaking beast. Thank you so much, guys. Freaking stay stoked, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Sick.
Thank you.
Thank you.